Okay, guys, a quick explanation of the banking with Billy chart that I be leaving running live in classroom for anybody who's trying to understand what's going on here, how to use different indicators. This is how I indicate. So, of course, you already know how to use your RSIs and your MACDs and whatnot. So we'll add that in there as well to all of this. So the first thing I do is when it comes down to indicating. And you don't got to use all this. Keep in mind, using all of this is doing too much. You know, but you're going from overbought back down to oversold. You're looking for bullish divergence to be coming in, and each different range is, of course, support, pivot, and or resistance. Resistance one, resistance two, and resistance three, or support one, support two, and support three. Now, if it's to hit these points, it's a lot more consistent on BTC. I was just showing them in the classroom. I'll make a more thorough video on this as well in another how to. This is gonna be just a quick introduction then. Okay. So where we were just I was looking at our daily chart junk. And so on our daily chart, we were at the part of our super trend, I mean our SAR. The SAR indicator stands for stop and reverse. These are indicators I use: RSI, MACD, SAR, pivot, super trend, and I'll even dabble in a VWAP if it's a pre-market trade. These are the only ones I use. And this is the scan I leave running. If it's just me doing my regular charting, because I don't even need to do all of that. Um, so I'll just regularly have a RSI and the MACD. I don't trade with this. I kind of use this to track the market because you use BTC to track the markets because the BTC runs the world. BTC. As the markets are slowing down today and not barely moving, as you can see, your crypto ETFs are turning back red. The markets are slowing down because the ETFs are going back red. If those ETFs and BTCs and cryptos didn't matter or weren't there, then people will only still be going for the markets, stocks, and stuff like that. And they would just continue to rally and go up. BTC leads the market. So I use BTC to track the markets and what's going on right now. If we're looking at a daily chart on our BTC and what I'm gonna call it now, our overall markets. So along with my IWM, our SAR is these green and red dots. The stop, it stands for stop and reverse. You see your green SAR and closing jump, it'll stop and then reverse. You get those red dots. Those green SARs is telling you is more bullishness to come. Bullish is bullish is bullish. Just keep on going up. This on the daily chart, keep in mind. We're looking on the 15-minute chart in a second. And then when it closes, it's about time to be getting your sell position up there if you already have it, because it's going to reverse. And now you're going to be looking for the next big bullish trend to really start coming in. Once those red ones stop and then reverse down to the green ones. Now notice how these green, we're on a daily chart here. Notice this, how our green dots are so far away from the chart. They're not enclosed. It's going to take some days for them to enclose into that chart. Just like how your SAR enclosed, now it's flipping. Those green was going to have to enclose and it's going to flip. For such a range like this thing, before those even enclose 2 days, this might break up to resistance one, maybe even a resistance two. But resistance one on this is 100,000. This is for long-term traders. Notice how you got the main pivot point, the main positioning, just met back up there, big resistance coming in. It didn't even meet up there all the way just yet. Barely just there, barely just there. And the RSI is in the middle range, a more cautionary position. If this is the break past that pivot point, you go back to resistance one, your RSI back on your daily chart will get back overbought. Last time your last time a BTC was overbought up there was up at that 100,000. So people are looking for a full recovery from oversold back to overbought on a daily chart trading time frame, and they are nervous and scared because it's already hit a target of 89,000. Looking to see a break
So
past
as
that's
it hits
82.
your,
Mhm.
it's hitting your daily and your 1 minute on that the top, looking like it wants to break both those. Would you read the same thing?
You don't use it daily. You use a 15 and a 1 minute.
Okay.
That's why I leave this running. Using 15 in 1 minute. And again, like I was just showing you, I just not started this recording, so I'll show again on some other stocks as well. Like we can go look on like MGOL real quick. I say like using it on stocks be a bit different sometimes, a bit sticky. Just why does it look like this? This should be in the intraday. Why is it still in a pre-market right now? This should be over here. Let's take this off so I can fix this chart. But I guess yeah, no, this is MGO. Did I type in the wrong thing? MLGO. MLGO. Let's get MLGO. Okay, here we go. Okay, so what I just have on, I had on all of this. I had on all of that. And so notice in today's trading session on your 15, it goes from the main pivot point and it stops at its resistance point. You always know where resistance is. Well, I mean, you can always still find resistance and support no matter what. Like those are the easy things, but you don't really need lines to these lines at all to tell you where your resistance support is. Um, so to find resistance support, you know how to find resistance support. But if anybody in here, or anybody seeing this video right now who doesn't know how to find support and resistance, yo, support is going to be where the stock had its last big bounce from. So notice here, this 85, 86,000 range right here to that uptrend. And when it goes back down, it's starting on that 86, $85,000 range once again. Wherever that last resistance was going to turn into a new support. Notice how it dropped down from about this, what's this, around this 88,000 range. It goes back down. Well, it went back up and retested that 88,000 range. It's easy to find support and resistance. So you don't really need those lines to tell you that. And it's easy to know when to get in and get out. That's why, like, when y'all see me make my videos and doing my chartings and all stuff like that, and making my trades, why I only have on the RSI and MACD, because it really is truly all you need. I keep the extra lines on for extra study and stuff like that. And so that comes down to the super trend as well. The super trend here is probably the most useful thing other than the RSI. It's all very useful on here. But other than the RSI and MACD, you got your super trend. That super trend is those red sell arrows and those green buy arrows that you're seeing. Those are very powerful. Let me show you this. Notice back here on your 1 minute chart, you got your super trend that comes in, the green arrow. But you want to buy that. The wise and or advanced trader would have already wanted to known to sell when it was overbought up there. But people who need that second verification, they'll get their super trend to come in to tell them it's time to sell. That red sell arrow. You ain't selling now before it's too late. You go back over sold. Some people, looking for that next buy position to come back in, and they'll buy for another long move. Having those super trend arrows on does help as well. That is very useful. I like to show you that on your overall daily chart. Notice on your last super trend here where it was all red and then it's where it came in for the red sale and it started to crash. Now get this. Get this. Now, this is why I'm still holding on BTC up 300% right now. Of course, might I add, and you'll be able to get all of my alerts saying when to buy or when to sell these different various stocks, options, and cryptos all through the days. Get this. BTC didn't even come in with a green buy arrow yet. And it's been bullish for days, going from 76,000 back up to the main pivot for 88,000. It didn't even come in with a buy signal yet. After a sell signal comes one thing, a buy signal. It's about to get that. Once it gets that, that's going to be a trigger right there that makes this thing explode because the people truly have not really gotten the buy verification yet at all. Because we in on the safe easy early seat. And that's how you want to trade. That's how we trade over at the Bank with Billy Discord. Where you be able to see these things for the safe, easy, early seat, and then you be able to lock in, hundreds on hundreds on hundreds of percents of gains off of these cryptos, off of the stocks, off of the options. I make it easy, giving you your targets and all. I like to swing trade the penny stocks, actively day trade those options, and we got into these positions on our BTCs and stuff like that over the last weekend. And you hold as a swing trader And you can see, here we go. This is what I was looking for from the first alert. That was on the 21st. We're still holding in from there, from 84,000. Looking back at the chart. It's been a few days now. So at this point now, if you still in there with me and you still find yourself holding up, in fact, I got to put in the updates here in a second, up 300% on Doge as well. You're just going to put in your stop loss. Maybe you got a 7 to 15% stop loss. Or any varying range where you feel comfortable, of course. Let's get right back into it. So, BTC. Right now, with this thing coming in so heavy into the markets, if they was to come in for what they about to come in for the next wave of ETFs, check this out. Check this out. Coin. I'm gonna go ahead and show you the latest BTC and crypto news. What they about to drop the next wave of ETF and ETPs. ETPs are like the ETFs for our markets. Their ETPs are the ones for the European markets and stuff like that. Check this out. So Bitcoin ETF. Look, Bitcoin ETFs, strong institutional interest in Bitcoin ETFs. They talking about dropping another one. That's what I'm looking for here. Yeah, the SEC's approval of a Bitcoin ETF paves the way for integrating cryptocurrency into the traditional financial markets. This is new, more news coming out 3 days ago. So along with the ETFs, Bitcoin ETFs, Bitcoin futures, Bitcoin reserves, are now the most important things. Not just Bitcoin ETFs and futures, but ETH has ETFs, and they're looking at ETH reserves and stuff. And Dogecoin about to get an ETF. Solana about to launch one. XRP just launched one in Brazil. Those are what's moving the market. So when we see like, why are these markets moving like this? It seem like this, seem like it's just controlled, manipulated, something else going on. They don't move how they used to, because it's all about the BTC, which is why and what I recommend for you, use BTC to track your overall market conditions. Notice here how they went to that resistance one and they're now starting to sell back off. Target's been hit. That'll be your target to hit. Now, if it comes in for as a red super trend, your green arrows in closing is going to flip. I mean, your green dots in closing is going to flip. Get ready to go back down and retest that pivot point. Notice it didn't come in with a red sell arrow yet. Things to take note of. But it is making bearish divergence. But we'll talk more about all of this. I'm gonna do another. We're gonna do this again, too, more thorough and stuff like that. So you guys get understand on how to use different indicators. It's a lot of them. These are just the ones that I like to use. And again, you really don't need to use all that stuff. All you really need is just your RSI telling you it's oversold, and your MACD telling you it's time to get in. Ron Billy Banks. Young, did you find all that helpful? What you think about any questions?
Yeah, yeah. No, that's our. I kind of use a chandelier exit. It's kind of almost like the same concept. I like it.
Oh, the chandelier. I never heard of that one, but yeah, we'll probably, oh, maybe you can show us some more about that and whatnot later on. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, guys, yeah, I'm Billy Banks. This is Junk. Another one of the Bank with Billy members in here. You could join us anytime along in the free chats, along in the main chat. Junk, why you want to tell them about how your experience been in Bank with Billy and stuff like that for the video? Give me
No,
some
I really
juice.
like it, especially with the live trading class. You can come in and talk to you directly or other members, and everyone's collabing in here, so we're all kind of on the same page with our calls and puts or stocks in general. So,
Oh,
um,
yeah.
plenty of notifications going out. That's for sure. Depending on your style of trading, there's definitely a category that someone's gonna find useful. That's for sure.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. And guys, we do put out all of our alerts and me in our sections, me and the rest of the coaches, saying when to buy and when to sell, all that good stuff like that. When you do join in, I do recommend that you join in class first to get all your questions answered so we can discuss your holdings, portfolios, and a plan of action that you should proceed in to get yourself to really get yourself going and get the dice rolling and stuff like that. But I'm Billy Banks. I'll see you in there, in. Happy trading.